Welcome to Knockhill. With its dramatic swoops and climbs, an exciting race is guaranteed. Well, we have dreadful conditions here today, and the forecast is for more of the same. It should be an eventful day's racing.
Hello guys, welcome to another episode of TOCA Touring Car Championship 2. So we are here doing the Expert Championship of British touring cars on the British tracks. Here, as you can see, for this track Knockhill, because it's raining, we have to run a lot of downforce.
Sprint race, so let's join them down on the grid.
If you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe to the channel. That really helps. I'm trying also some new things with the cameras and trying to improve over the past few months. Here at the start it's even safer to fall a little bit behind because there are just so many cars clumped up together that it's pretty easy to have unintended contact and just spin out. Knockhill has some pretty sharp turns, especially the one right before the start of the track. This one here, it's a bit tricky because we cannot brake too much. We have to modulate the brake a little bit, otherwise you start not having enough grip to brake and you start sliding, especially on the rain. So that's one of the most dangerous things, it's to slide, especially on the rain. We have less threshold to actually grip back the car. Also, I'm trying most of the time to be on the inside of the turns, so I leave the other guys on the outside. If by any accident I understeer and I have some contact with them, I'm less likely to be spinning out if I'm on the inside. Now that we are in first position, we can try to go for a bit of a quicker lap. But it's always a bit dangerous to fall behind, especially in expert mode. What happens is that the guys are pretty decent and pretty fast, and if we end up spinning, most of the time it's pretty hard to win that race because you just lose so much time when you spin. The car gets very slow. It's almost like you are restarting the engine. So here it's on 5th gear, pretty quick, then on 4th gear, and as you can see, not easy to keep it steady there. That chicane can be done in 5th gear on lower rotations, RPMs. Whoa, I was braking a bit late. It's a bit tricky to brake for that last turn before the finish line. As you can see, when we hear the tires screeching, we are fighting for grip on that corner. So that should be something to keep an eye out for the feature race, the long race that comes after the sprint. And here we can try to do it a little bit quicker, but then we start to hurt the tires a little bit.
Final lap. Repeat, this is the final lap.
We did 2 times the same lap. 47.47. That was funny. So the sprint ended up not being too stressful. I think that we managed to not mess up or have any big shunt. So we are still in good standing for the championship.
Here's the final positions. A sparkling performance then from the newcomer, and that's another sprint victory under his belt.
Now we go to celebrate for the trophy, and this is a rare sight. The car is not damaged in any way, shape or form. It looks like we avoided all physical damage to the bodywork and to the windshields.
And the conditions are still dreadful here as the team prepare for the feature race. So watch for the lights as we join the start of the feature race.
Now 13 laps. This is going to be fun, of course. I always have a blast on the feature races, and I wish there was a custom championship mode where I could choose to make longer races with more laps. So we get to see even better the results of tire wear or the advantages of nurturing the tires a little bit more and being more gentle with the way we brake and avoiding too many slides and slips. This first lap was interesting. We already got 7th place. So unless we mess up really hard, this should not be too difficult to win. But at the same time, we have to remember that the track is pretty small and short. So if we end up spinning or having any trouble, this can quickly turn into something a bit more difficult. And you can see there the result of being on the inside. We were able to survive having contact with someone, and they were the ones who spun out. At the same time, we lost a bit of time there. It was a bit of a waste of time having contact with that guy. But sometimes it just happens that they will turn sort of into you, trying to, instead of avoid contact, make sure they have contact, and they make you brake or they make you not able to overtake them. The AI sometimes is not that aggressive in defending, other times is way too aggressive, or they just stick too much to a line, but other times you'll see them moving very erratically, driving a little bit like maniacs and moving around. Now that we have some free track in front of us, we can try to make up some time advantage, like a buffer, so it's a bit safer to push the car and to actually have a time advantage to fall on. think for pitting here, I should ideally be thinking about pitting in the 6th lap. If we pit in the 6th or 7th lap, we are pitting midway through the race, so the tires won't be too difficult to manage. I don't think the tires are already very worn out due to the fact that we didn't slide too much. Well, now it slid a little bit more. I think we can still do one more lap and the tires will still hold up. The team radio, the engineer from our team, is not telling us anything about our teammate, if he's on the pits or not, if he's in the pits, I mean. Let's hope our teammate is not inside the pits now.
Approaching tail end to keep you cool, they should let you by. Right, you know the drill. What tires do you want?
Let's just replace the 4 tires, because it's raining, it's safer to replace all the tires. I'm a bit worried that if we only replace the 2 front tires from the wheels where the car has the drive from the engine, even though those are the ones that are worn out the most, we might lose some time or stability from not replacing all the tires. Now that we are in 8th position, let's see. Some of the guys might need to pit. And here we can already notice on this last turn, because it's so tight, that the tires are not sliding as much as they were before, and we cannot hear them screech as much. So we can already tell that these tires are brand new tires, and that we have a bit more pace in them. Or even if we don't use them in such way to get more pace, at least we are safer with them and we can drive a little bit more relaxed without worrying as much.
Car ahead has not pitted yet.
So this car has not pitted, and we can see by the yellow stripe on the windshield. Oh, but he went for the pits. So we gained a couple positions here without having to fight for these positions with the cars on the track. This is always way safer. Oh, that was a little bit of understeer. For me, in my opinion, I think that if we get into understeer in this game, it's better to just stay in the understeer and... whoa, I forgot to brake. No, this was a big shunt. It's going to be a bit more dangerous. We have to focus and keep driving as safe as possible with enough pace to actually do a good race. The problem with oversteer and understeer if we get into understeer, it's better to leave it alone than to try to correct it too much sometimes. If we are not going to make a corner because we carry too much speed, if we try to make the corner and still turn the steering too much to that side, the car will spin. The rear end will end up trying to outpace the front end of the car. Now we were braking where we were supposed to. It's usually at the third cone, between the third and the second cone, before the 100-meter signal. All we need to do now is to keep it up and to not mess it up in any way, especially on this last turn. So the next car is 1 second behind us. It's still pretty close, so we cannot relax too much, but we still have to push. So we are getting to the end of this. Now we can be a little bit more relieved. Just one last turn, we can't mess up and another race in the bag for the championship. I hope you guys are enjoying this series and that you have enjoyed this video. Please leave your comments, likes and subscribe to the channel, and have some fun with TOCA 2 Touring Car Championship, doing the British Touring Car Championship.